When Grace and I were first married, we moved to this neighborhood. We had this beautiful house with neighbors, and first got to know this couple that lived next to us. And man, their marriage seemed so great. They grilled out every night. They had great dinners every night, and they had been married like 20 years, and it just seemed so easy for them. They also never went to church on Sunday. From what I could tell, they weren't believers. We never talked about the Lord. When I told them what I did, I was working for a Catholic church at the time. They didn't seem to resonate at all, didn't mention anything about religion. They just seemed like kind of a really kind, wonderful, very secular couple. And at the same time, Grace and I had just gotten married, and we were just kind of getting used to being married, which all married couples can attest. In the beginning, there's a decent amount of friction, and we had fights, and we struggled with our own will and our own former living habits, and we were learning how to live together. And I remember thinking, man, why is it so easy for them? They don't have the Lord in their life, and it's so hard for us. And maybe Jesus just makes everything harder. Why? This shouldn't be so hard. Jesus is good news. This should be easier than it is. And over time, the Lord has, in prayer, the Lord's revealed the way of love to me and to my wife, Grace. And over time, reading His scriptures, He taught me how to forgive. And over time, I experienced the life that He gives in the sacraments to live this life of love. I have, over time, experienced the abundant life that Jesus talks about in John 10. John 10:10, I have come that you would have life and have it to the full, have abundant life. And I have experienced the good news of Jesus. Throughout 18 years of marriage, I've experienced the freedom of love. And I know without Jesus, I would not have learned to love. I would have held on to grudges. I would have kept secrets. I would not have learned to quell my temper and talk in a reasoned manner with my wife, Grace, out of love for her. I would have pursued the way of self-love, of selfish love. I would have pursued my own space, my own time. I would have seen her as an infringement to all of it. And I would have seen her as someone to protect against, so that I would maintain some of my own life. Jesus is the one who taught me to empty my life for Grace out of love. He's the one who taught me how to deny myself. He's the one who filled me with the power in the sacraments to actually do these things and not feel stuck and imprisoned by my own selfish love. He has been the good news. He has been the one that now, after 18 years, has taught me, but continues to teach me, how to love and how to experience more of His abundant life. Jesus is the Good Shepherd who came and found me as I was lost in my selfishness and started to lead me into green pastures of abundant life, of self-giving, self-denial love. This is great news for my life. It has been a wonderful gift to me by our Lord Jesus. Over the years, I've gotten to know other unbelievers, other non-Christians who are married. And on the surface, their marriage has appeared strong. It's appeared easy. Their friendship has appeared to be this beautiful gift. And it is. In so many ways, their marriage has been a gift. But as I've gotten to know them and really become good friends with them, the struggles underneath the facade have been made clear to me. And the Lord has allowed me to see into their marriage because they've opened their marriage up to my wife, Grace, and I. But what has been so clear is that their marriage, their love, is like a knot. It's like a knot of selfishness that's been tied over all these years. And the more they try to untie the knot, the tighter the knot gets. They do not have the path of love necessary to untie and loose their own knot. They need Jesus. They need Jesus to show them how to untie the knot. They need Jesus just to untie the knot. It's the path of self-denial and sacrifice that they can't enter into without Jesus. Jesus is the Good Shepherd that needs to go and find our friends and bring them the good news to untie the knot. And so as we enter into Lent, I'm just reminded of how badly we all need Jesus. We all are lost. We all need to be found. We all need Jesus. And I know that in the coming weeks, we're going to have streams of people coming into the Catholic churches for Ash Wednesday. And I want us all to remember how badly everybody needs Jesus. Baptized Catholics, non-baptized people in the world, we all need Jesus. We're all tying knots that we can't untie without Jesus. He is the good news that unties all of our knots, that shows us the way to selflessness, the way to the truly abundant life. May God bless you as we enter into this Lent, and may your ministries be filled with a zeal to reach the lost. Let the Good Shepherd find the lost this Lent. God bless you.